Going on, good people? It's your boy Eric. Just want to respond to this quick video I saw online somewhere. Don't remember where I saw that, but let's get into it. Let's see what they talking about. Right? Let's have a quick response to it.
Tell you that together with my friend Speaker Ohana of the Israeli Knesset, the equivalent of our Congress, we're going to embark upon a project together to rally speakers and presidents of parliaments around the world so that we will jointly nominate President Donald J. Trump for next year's Nobel Peace Prize. No one has ever deserved that prize more, and that is an objective fact.
Mike Johnson, Republican Speaker of the House, is busy working with political leaders across the globe to build a coalition to nominate Donald Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize. This is not a joke. But Mike Johnson cannot be bothered to negotiate with any of his colleagues right here in DC to reopen the federal government and fix the healthcare crisis he created. I'm not making this up, and it tells you everything you need to know about the non-existent governing of the Republican majority in Congress, love bombing the president and doing nothing for the American people. And let's not forget, this is asking for a Nobel Peace Prize for the guy who renamed the Department of Defense the Department of War, is destroying our alliances in the Western Hemisphere, and is illegally killing dozens of people by bombing boats in the Caribbean. Speaker Johnson, do your job. It's been more than a month. Bring the House back in session, get your members back to work, do anything to negotiate the reopening of the federal government and fix the healthcare crisis you created so millions of Americans don't lose their health insurance.
Yeah. So I want to respond to that real quick. Let's get my thoughts on that. Right. So Mike Johnson is making a proposal that, well, he's not making a proposal, but he's telling people what he's going to do. Right. And rightfully so. uh, Donald Trump has negotiated and brokered peace deals all over the world. I think in like 8 different countries. He has um, made or negotiated ceasefires and with like 8 different countries for like 8 different wars or something to that extent. I don't know, something like that. Right? That's a lot. Don't you think? I think that's a lot. The Nobel Peace Prize usually go to people who does such things. That's a historical thing. That's something that no president has ever done before. That's like true world peace right there. Even with the Israel and Palestinian thing, ordeal, or whatever you want to call it, he brokered a peace deal with that, or at least a ceasefire, right? And now he's tackling the actual genocide that's going on in Nigeria, how they're killing Christians, you know what I'm saying, just because they're Christians, you know what I mean? Um, and so he's speaking, Mike Johnson is saying because Trump is doing all these things that he should be a runner up to Nobel Peace Prize, right? And then you have this lady pops in there, I don't know who she is, but she goes on to criticize Mike Johnson because this is what he came out to say. Now, this happened a while ago, probably a week or two ago. And my thoughts on that is this. So what Mike Johnson is doing that? You guys, this lady is obviously a Democrat. And she's talking about the government being shut down. That's what's actually going on. But they're trying to rebrand the government shutdown as a um, as some type of a negative thing that the Republicans are doing that's stopping them from fixing health care. But that's not true because the government does not have to be shut down. In fact, today is November 4th, and they have voted 14 times to reopen the government. And all 53 Republicans have voted to reopen the government, along with 2 Democrat senators, right? Along with 2 Democrat senators. But all the rest of the Democrats will not vote yes, they vote no. This stuff is not even, they're not even trying to hide these things, but they're reframing it and they're telling people what to think. Again, the government does not have to be shut down. The Republicans has voted yes to reopen the government. The Democrats are voting no. So the government is shut down because the Democrats they keep voting no, right? And they will not come to the table to negotiate unless the Republicans pass this weird proposal they have or bill they have in order to reopen the government. And the Republicans are like, no. And this is the thing about it, right? Just watching this stuff over the last few years, the Democrats do some weird stuff. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the truth is the truth, man. And we need to make decisions based off of what's true. If not, it is an injustice to be lied to be manipulated, to believe something that isn't true. And not only is well, the reason why it's an injustice because it takes away your right to make a sound decision, and it causes you to fall. It causes you to make bad decisions, right? So again, the reason why the government shut down is because the Democrats, they planned the shutdown, they orchestrated the shutdown, they voted for the shutdown, and now they're refusing to open the government back up. Keep in mind, the Republicans did not shut down the government. The Democrats shut the government down. The Republicans did not vote to shut the government down. The Democrats did. The reason why the government is shut down is because the Democrat invoked, or they, whatever you want to call the filibuster, right? Any other session that goes on when they're talking about the budget, all they need is 50 votes total in order to pass a bill, or you know what I'm saying, whatever's put on the table. They only need 50 votes to pass it. But because the Democrat planned and invoked the filibuster, then now the rules change and they no longer need 50 votes in order to pass the proposal what's before them. They now need 60 votes, right? The Democrats know this. So what they did was they say, hey, if they don't give us what we want, we're going to invoke the filibuster. And when it comes back down to vote yes on this bill that's before us, or whatever this is, this proposal before us about the budget, we're going to enact the filibuster, and we're going to vote no for whatever's before us, whatever the proposal is for the budget. So it happened. The Republicans won't get in what they want. They did the filibuster. The filibuster changed the rules from needing 50 members to 60. And so that's how they were able to shut the government down, because at this point they're voting no. There is no resolution. There's no resolution. There's no budget. So therefore, if the budget is not there by a certain time period, then the government shuts down, and that's what the Democrats plan to do. And they're even telling you that they plan to do, because, and I wish I would have put the video on here, but I'm just like, I maybe another video, but they're saying openly that they did this. They said it before they even did it, that that's what they was gonna do. And now they're saying that they're gonna keep the government shut down because that's the only leverage that they have. They're saying this openly on news interviews and so on and so forth. But yet somehow they're saying this is Trump's or the Republican shutdown. Dishonest. So this lady is up here talking about she's the only one there. Yes, because all of the Republicans have already voted yes to open the government. Why are they going back there? Just so y'all could tell them no. The negotiation starts when the government's opened back up. Again, the negotiation starts when the government is opened back up again. But they refuse to reopen the government. So Republicans are saying, we're not going back there unless we're going to vote. And if we're going to vote, we'll see what happens. This lady is there, not because they're going to vote to reopen the government, but she's saying she's there to negotiate. The Republicans are saying we're not going to negotiate anything. We need to reopen the government so that these workers can get paid, so that SNAP benefits can continue, but they refuse to do it. Now, all right. So the second problem is that once the Democratic Party, once they shut the government down and say, hey, since y'all won't give us what we want, we're going to not vote. We're going to invoke the filibuster, and we're not going to vote yes for the bill because now you need 60%. Now you need 60 members. Now the ball's in our court, and we're not going to vote yes. He give us what we want, right? So the Republicans say, okay, cool. The Republicans say we can't let the government shut down. Many people's lives are going to be affected. So hey, here's a clean CR. What's a CR? A CR is a continuous resolution. Here's a clean CR. That means that in this CR, there is no conditions, you know what I'm saying, for this stuff to go forth. The Republicans aren't asking for any special anything. They're just saying, hey, this is a clean CR. Just let the government stay open, let people get paid, and while the government is open, with like 60 or 90 or 30 days, something like that, let's come back to the table and let's negotiate. So here's a clean CR. The Democrats voted no for the clean CR, right? And so now the Republicans are saying, okay, cool. Where are we at right now? Is the Republicans have responded to them shutting the government down, to them voting no to their initial proposal for the budget, and the Republicans are saying, okay, cool. Forget about our initial budget. Just vote yes for the clean CR so we can open the government back up. The Democrat says no, we're not going to vote yes. This has happened from day one, from the time it started until right now, which is November 4th. They have went back to the chambers to vote 14 different times. And all 14 different times, the Democrats has voted no and against the clean CR to reopen the government back up. The government that they decided to shut down and they planned on shutting down, and that's causing people to go hungry, to lose their SNAP benefits. They're causing federal employees to not get paid, to be working for free. They did all this stuff. They caused all this stuff. And so what this lady is saying makes absolutely no sense. If this lady cared about the people, she would vote yes for the clean CR. So the government can reopen and SNAP benefits can be given out again, as well as government employee workers get paid. That's it. Now people like to make it seem as if, oh, it's not that. It's just that black and white, man. It's just that clear. If they go to the table and vote yes for the clean CR, the clean CR is not the Republicans' budget that they're proposing. That's not what that is. It's just money that they are agreeing to pay in order to keep the government going and get people paid. That's it. There's no gotchas in it. That's why it's called a clean CR. There's no gotchas in it. There's no special condition. It simply says, let's just allocate some money to these places so that the government can continue to go forward. The Republicans are voting no against it, but then calling it a Trump shutdown. It's so weird, and people are actually believing this stuff. They actually believe in this stuff. It's so much going on, man. Again, the Republicans are telling you why they're not going to vote yes for the Democrats, because the Democrats had a counter proposal, um, or a counter CR, I guess you want to call it, for the Republicans' clean CR. And that CR, or whatever it is they're proposing now in response to the clean CR, is not clean at all. All of it is I got yous. All of it is conditions. They want to fund left wing media. They want to fund um, certain subsidies and so on and so forth. And the Republicans are like, no, because that's what y'all want in the first place. How about we just do the clean CR, which nobody get no special treatments or no special requests, and let's just allocate money to places so that people can get paid and so the government can continue to function. But the Democrats are refusing to do it. They're even saying that it's worth it, that people are going to have to just feel the pain for a little while, like, and it's not fair. And then they're saying it's Trump's, and just because people are, and these people are being told, they say, "Hey, this is Trump's government shutdown." No, it's not, because nobody in the Republican Party voted for a shutdown, and everybody in the Republican Party is fighting to open the government back up. The Democrats are the one, they're fighting to open the government back up fair and square without any special conditions. The Democrats are the ones who refuse to do it. So somebody tell me how that's unfair. Tell me how is this a Republican shutdown? Yeah, you can say, well, if the Republicans cured, then they will go back to the table and then they will negotiate something. True enough. True enough. But what if the Democrats cared? What should they do? What are they hold? What are they responsible to do? You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna come back to the table later on to speak about this and to update you guys on some more things. But until then, peace.